I'd like to thank God for the vision that Sister Shafia had to bring midwives and healers together from all over the world so that we could be together in the same space. We could breathe the same air. We could remember who we are and that we all came across the water. As a midwife, you know, we feel that we have that special appointment and anointment. But what does that mean, an appointment? I say that it means a divine appointment with destiny. I say it means an appointment with the divine in us. And that when we hear that, because I think that every human being who's born has an appointment. We're here for a reason. We have something to do. And when I went to Honduras, one of the Garifuna women said to me, you know, a lot of people come down here to help us, but you're the first black woman that came down here to see about us. And those two things just really went together. You know, it's that the blood between us runs deeper than all of these oceans that separate us. You know, stepping outside of this country, going to Cuba and seeing all those black people, you know, Cuba is a 66% black island. What Cuba has to do with black midwives and healers is that Cuba is the best place in the whole world for a black baby to be born. Their infant mortality rate, unadjusted, with everybody in the United States and everybody in Cuba, Cuba is still ahead of the United States in their infant mortality. With the blockade, okay? With the blockade. But when you adjust it for the fact that it is 66% African-based, that's phenomenal. When you look at the fact that they have whole provinces in Cuba that have an infant mortality rate of 3 per 1,000. Now we get really upset in Honduras because the infant mortality rate for Honduras is 24 per 1,000. What is it in Washington, D.C.? Last time I checked, it was 28. Wow. I remember when Iran's infant mortality rate a few years ago was 38 per 1,000. Benton Harbor, Michigan was 34. Okay. So when we look at an unadjusted infant mortality rate of 6 per 1,000 overall, that's phenomenal. And so when I go to Cuba, I say that anyone who stops me from going to Cuba, when I fully understand as Director of African American Maternal and Child Health, I'm supposed to be looking for solutions to what's going on in our country. And if there's a solution over there and you're telling me I cannot go to figure out how to save our babies, that's genocide. Okay. We're talking about the blood between us. The blood. And then the between us. What is the us that we're talking about tonight? We're talking about black midwives and black women. We're talking about black midwives and health practitioners. We're talking about black midwives and black women in the whole diaspora. We're talking about Cuba, Honduras, Peru, Brazil, Venezuela, Haiti. Black midwives and women in Africa. Black midwives and the next generation of black midwives. We're talking about, we could go on and on, but the thing is, we're talking about the between us. And then runs deeper. When we see each other, we know us to be our sisters.